Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm just preparing the logo for the McDonald's. So only when the logo looks good, it'll be good. I'm just preparing the logo. So, okay, so logo is ready. I have to go to R and then. So how do we do it? I need to just go to move to classic. I'll also go to the app launcher or app manager.
Why do you have to move to classic?
So I wanted to upload some document there, so that's the reason.
Uh-oh.
So primarily McDonald's, I'm just going to that applications. I'm trying
Mm,
to upload the logo there. So the logo size which I prepared. So in the branding we have a logos here, right? So I'm just uploading the
yeah,
logo.
yeah.
Hey Jamsil,
Hey, Khan. Sorry, I'm late.
no problem. So now I was just preparing a logo for the application. So called McDonald's. So if you have a logo, then the punch should be there. So that's the reason I was just doing this. Oh my god, somewhere the laptop is stuck. So there's the logo that we have here, and let me save it. So now if you jump to a McDonald's applications, you should see a logo there. So likewise, your applications, your logo, your account, so you can upload it to the app so that your logo can be visible here. So the purpose I did it is because when I wanted to jump into my template that I had, So there was no logo, so I just wanted to add to that logo here. So select logo when I do, so I don't see anything here. So that's the reason I've come here for a classic view. I'm just going for the documents here. I'm gonna say that new document. So I would put as a logo here. The image should be available external also I'm saying, and I'm going to choose a file. So then I click on save. So that way, the image which you uploaded here should be visible for the letterheads to add it. So look at this, and I'm gonna preview this. So when an email receives, it'll be like this. Still, you could make very simple. The logo could be a little minimal, but I just wanted to have at least one simple logo to get our emails received from McDonald's. You guys getting what I'm trying to do?
Yeah.
So let me save this. So now, as usual, I'll continue on to the now preparing some templates. Good stuck. So let's prepare a template. It's like the same UI which we have in the classic also. Sorry, in the lightning experience also. I'm gonna say click on new. Um, yeah. So I have to prepare few templates. Why? Because approved, rejected, all this. I wanted to make a quick templates. I would say restaurant, restaurants, initial submit. So I'm gonna use MCD letter, free form letter. So restaurant has been submitted for approval. So this is a subject which you're trying to create. Next. So restaurant name you can get it here. How? So basically restaurant is of type for me it's an account name. So just go to account fields, account name, just get the account name. Correct, right? Restaurant is basically an account name. Dear approval or dear so dear You can just give some information here. What is that? So let me put as of now, I don't know who's approver. Dear approver, please approve the failure. This is for, I'm gonna say to MCD CEO headquarters. Please approve the request. Please approve the request based on the survey we processed. This restaurant, this location basically. So these locations would give us good revenue. Thanks. You can say MCD team. So you can keep the restaurant name. Please approve the request for the restaurant. Okay, I think we're good here. So if you approve this is how it will be. So there's a request that will go to CEO. So he would just see, and then based on this email, he will try to look into his approval and check it. So let me save this. Just move on to next. I want the text version also. If something that the some PCs will not always have the HTML version to display. So like say we have, if you just click sometimes, maybe not the HTML version is opening up since because of the I don't know what is internet purpose or something went wrong. So at least your text version would open for sure. So text is the best safest way to have it. So we have this template ready. So this is for a restaurant has been submitted for the approval. So we want another one is approval or rejected. So let's quickly create that as well. I'm gonna go to a clone copy of this. Um, quickly let's do that. So what we're gonna say is restaurant approved. So same thing. Restaurant approved is the one which I'm gonna give. Save. So edit HTML version. And then go back here. Restaurant has been approved. So here we're gonna say from CEO this way from CEO headquarters. Um, the request for the restaurant is based on the review. It's been approved. Please submit the invoices for the same to track the financial charges. So I'm gonna do the same. So thanks from um, okay. Anyway, that's an MCD. MCD CEO. You can give it. So he's gonna be the approver. See, I want to change the edit the text version also because this is sometime I'm gonna copy from HTML. So the context change. Save it. So the one more one which I'm gonna create is rejected. It's been approved, and one more thing I'm gonna create is rejected. So here have been this has been rejected. Please check the record for the clear reasons. So wherever you request to know, there he's saying that go check there. Have put the response. So guys, as part of our checklist, the template is ready now. So any questions you have? So approval, prepare the approval request email templates are ready, and post template approval what is ready. Who is the request sender? Assigned approver, delegate approver. So we can have as many templates. It's okay, fine to have it, but at least the simple one we wanted is to where we submitted, approved, rejected. So this is simple enough. So we can have as many templates. So for each and every action also we can have templates. Like any change, small thing you do, you want to send an email. It all depends on the company's perspective and what they requested. But as far as now, for us, the majority thing is who submitted initially and whether it is approved or rejected. So this is more than enough. So moving to a small change from say, let's say in progress to pending, you want to fire template? Yes, of course you can. So those flexible we have. So implementing these three itself is like okay one. And if you want to still have for each and every action, same type of templates you have to be keep ready so that so whenever you do a small changes, such templates would fire. Is getting? Is anyone there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move to the approval process. So I didn't create anything on to the approval process. Just I was showing how do we create it. So we are ready with the templates. So already we have relationship fields. Need not to worry. View the checklist. I think if we have one, at least one user, it will be good enough. I think to in order to submit someone or in order to deal with the system, at least one more user we require for sure. Mm, I'm gonna create one user for now quickly. So I'm gonna create new user. The username which I'm gonna give it as mm, sales rep. Rep@mcd.com. That's enough. And I'm gonna give sales rep here. We didn't create any roles. No problem. MCD sales rep. I'm choosing this profile now. And otherwise, who's a career counselor? Someone if you think. So I would choose this guy. My admin is the career counselor. I'm gonna save this. So now this particular user should have got a file with the to set the password. Yeah. So he has to verify the account. Same password I'm gonna give. Training at 123. It's a T. Bangalore. So why I'm trying to create another user is, let's say, hey, this guy who is a sales rep, he's submitting the request, and that guy has to process the manager has to process. Let's say we assume that he's a CEO, and he's trying to approve it. So if the same user, if we keep applying, then would get a no. That one should not be there. Is this a new thing? No planning. What is this? Oh, learn admin basics. Learn smarter with the Salesforce. Prepare the data storage. Nice. This new thing they've bought it. Okay, now what is this thing is we have to look at I have to go to accounts, all accounts. Yeah, I'm able to see all the accounts. So my intention is to give an approve for or just submit for the account. So the moment when I submit for the account, what should happen is it should go for the approval, and I would choose my admin as the approver, and this guy is the submitter. So let's design that way. So we have another user ready quickly. So we have the normal user who is like basic. We are preparing the approval process list here. Guys, you getting what I'm trying to do? So we are trying to prepare an approval process here. So prior to that, submitter if is a different user and approval if is a different user, then it makes sense. I thought. So I just quickly created a user for us, and I've used rep. So whenever he submits the search account or restaurant, then we'll be able to deal with it. So now what I wanted to create is quickly create the jumpstart wizard. So because this is a quicker one, and I don't see much difference between these two. I'll show what is the difference later, but I'll quickly show you a jumpstart wizard. Very same restaurant approval process. approval assignment email templates. So this initial submissions when they do it right. So you can give this or you can choose the later state. Anything is fine. Use approval field of account owner. So if someone is submitting them, um, we can choose them. So this can be added later also, no problem. So based on the conditions we can get it. So now I wanted to give a condition saying that somewhere I saw record type equals. So we have three. I'm just pretty focused on only the restaurants when you have to do it. So that will go for approval. Customers can be anyone. So there are no issues with that. I'm just opening a new restaurant so that launching a new restaurant, it has to go for a CO approval. So our record type is restaurant. Is any questions here?
Mm.
No.
Okay, perfect. So then in the account field, I just go to the account, object manager account. So I want a one field which talks about whether the record is approved or rejected or not. So I'm gonna have a pick list here quickly. So I'm gonna say restaurant status. So this pick list why I'm using is in order to say approved, rejected, in progress. Yeah, this three things is enough. So next. So let this be visible to everyone. We don't find. I mean, so I should be very keen on to the adding to only the restaurant page because I don't require any other page to have these restaurant status. This makes sense? Restaurant status is a new field which I'm creating it. So that should be added to only to the restaurant layout which I'm wishing of. And I don't want
Mhm.
to the any business or individual customers layout. I don't want to put there. So just choosing only to this layout. I have to add it to. Getting?
Yeah.
Click on save. Now the field is ready. If you go to an account of the particular page, you'll see the status. So why I have been created that field, I'll tell you. Because in later stage, when someone says approved, so we're gonna update that particular pick list as approved. So that is what our motive is. Okay. Record type equals restaurant. Fine. Let the submitters choose the approval manually. No, automatically assign the approvers. Automatically assign the approvers. I'm saying is because a user should be always this guy only should be the approver. I am assuming this is a CEO user. So I'm just giving automatically to this user. If you want to choose automatically assign using a standard hierarchical list, let's say for example, I choose career counselor, right? I can choose this also. Whoever is the reps manager or reps counselor, we can assign to them also. So we can choose assign him at the approval manually means while you're submitting that time we can choose also. But in my case, I just want this guy to be my manager because he's a CEO for all and he would be the approver, whatever it is. So I'm gonna save this. So what I've done, so create name. I have said to add the checklist to a related list here. If anywhere if I see account record, I want to see approval section in my related list. So that I have enabled and just given the criteria as restaurant. The last one I've chosen the batch 32, basically system admin. So generally some CEO would be there. So I've just given that particular guy's name there. So the moment when I try to create the criteria entry, so we have these few things just to see on what we're doing it here. So create additional steps if required for more than one level of approval. So guys, this is the one which was talking yesterday. If your manager one level one wants to approve for 5 lakhs to let's say 10 lakhs you want to go or a bank loan you're applying, So manager one, manager two, manager three. So these three levels of manager has to go for an approval. Only then you will get a 10 lakhs. So that way we think. So you have to create some additional steps. Step one for manager one. Step two for manager two. Step three for manager three. Who is this manager one, two, three? I'm talking is maybe you are bank manager, maybe you are area manager, maybe you are regional manager. So like this, couple of people just to approve one after the other. Only then you will get to an application to be processed with. Of course, if that is the case, when you require one or more users to approve your scenario, then we need to have such. So they're saying create some additional steps. Add initial submissions workflow action. Initial submission in the sense the people the moment they try to click on submit, say what you wanted to fire. You're submitting for approval. What are all the things you want to fire? So the moment I submit, I would just put into an in progress state. Yes, of course. I submitted this record for approval. It will go for in progress to the CEO, and that guy would try to approve or reject. So that is all I'm going to do it in initial submission action. And a field update can be changes the value status to field to pending. So these guys are saying pending. I'm saying it has been to in progress. Pending means, of course, it is pending with them, but I would say that in progress, that guy has to. I mean, I would say that he's working on the approval things you can think of. Now, who is the final approver if you think? And that guy particularly, if he approves, so I wanted to update the field called approved, and I wanted to have an email to be fired as a record has been approved successfully. You're sending a template to the respective people. Same with the final rejection also. You're trying to update the field, you're trying to notify an email. So that way if you do, so it will be easy for the process to understand where we stand in terms of submitting the record. Add a recall workflow actions. If someone was tries to recall it, if someone tries to recall it, so then we say that it's not submitted, or we say quickly into in progress. That is the first stage, what you can call. So I don't want to have any recall. Recall in the sense you're trying to. So this is what I said is yesterday to revoke the changes. You have submitted for it, and then you have some chance. Okay, do something went wrong. I want to revoke the change. So you do recall. Recall means it will move from the approved to whoever you submitted. It will come out from them, and it is given access back to you. So where again it will be like you have to resubmit it again. It's just like you submitted and then it went. You are taken back. How do you do a normal email? You send it and then you quickly recall it or undo the change. So it'll come back to you. So that's how it is. So let's see the approval process detail page. So how do we do it? So already our conditions are very clear. Hey, account record type should be equal to restaurant. Only then we have to proceed. Who has recorded to accessibility? Administration only has here. And it's not active yet. Allow submitters to recall the approval request. Only if I submit the allow submitters to recall, the submitters were like applying for the approval process, so they can recall. If I don't give this option, basic who is submitting the record, they cannot recall at all. So next automated approval determined by. So we don't have any automated approver, so we can leave it off. Approval assignment email template. So I think approval assignment templates I can have here because three templates we created. It directly goes for to the CEO saying that boss, a restaurant has been I came for a approval, please do approve for it. So that is what we should say. Okay, anyway, fine. So we look at this initial submission actions we have. The moment the record is going for a submit, so what are the things you want to perform? So these are the approval steps we have. So approval steps indicates as many approvals we can have. Let's say approval step one. Step one, okay, my manager is approved. Manager level one approved. So then step two, manager level two. You can quickly look at this new step. Step one, what is the criteria? Who is the user? Now, if you say step two, manager two, next, and you say step three, a regional manager, and then like that. So how it happens is the moment one approval submitted, it will go to another user for a approval. Then he submits, it will go for another user for approval. Same like in appraisals, what to do. So where you try to submit your own review. Then thereafter, let's assume that is a submit review. You submit for your self review. I have done this, I've done this, that this is all done. Okay, cool. Next, what we do is the moment it's submitted for your review for your manager, he checks and he verifies yes, this particular person has done all these XYZ things. So he authenticates and then again he approves. So the moment he approves it, go for step two. Maybe he's IR manager. Step three, maybe he's IR manager, HR, whatever, approves the fund. Same way here. So here initial submission, I wanted to choose new actions or existing actions. See, whatever you do, these actions, no, these all are workflow actions only. It's not something that the great new we have. It's all workflow actions only we have. Task, email alert, field update, outbound message. Approval process is the process we are trying to use in order to approve, reject, or the process that we try to use. But the actions all we are trying to use is workflow actions only because they only already have the majority, like say, fire email, field update, send a task, create a task, or maybe trying to send an outbound message. All this majority they have. Email alert, I want to fire on a submission. Um, See, two types of emails we can have. One is for the approval assignments you can have, and one is for the people who submitted, who is a related user. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, somewhere some. Let me go back to list. Initial restaurant submit. So what we indicate here, dear CEO, please approve the request for the restaurant. So this would be an approval assignment, I feel so. Um, Assign for approval, you can say it. Let me clone the same version. So I would say initial submit for initial restaurant initial submit. So I would say by user. So this is for the guys who are like, as a person, I'm submitting. There's a notification for me as well. Initial restaurant initial submit. Okay, guys, I think this video gonna close. You can reach and back.
Okay.
Let let me just quickly read this text. Don't take much.
Mm,
Yeah, dear. So it's an account, right? Account. The user who summons this. Your so your request for restaurant on this has been submitted for the upload. So that's you can ask. So who submits? I'm saying that hey, restaurant has been submitted for approval. Okay, let's go. Save, and then I can add the same to text version as well. So what we concern here is to the approver who are doing it, for we are doing it, sending an email. The guy who submits, we are sending an email to him, and as the CEO approves or rejects, even we are sending an email to them. That is not good now. So this time here, I would not choose this, and I choose next. initial submit by user. So here in this case, I would say who is the related user. I would say last modified by the user who submits. He would have just modified the record. I would say he is the one who is submitting the record. So here I would say um, initial submit by user. Is there any questions you have here? So the moment someone is trying to submit for an approval, so for them, I'm just notifying this. Let's say sales rep here. For this guy, I'm notifying, boss, you are submitting these approval requests. So a notification to him. Who? So according to me, this guy is a organized sales rep. So for him, the moment when he submits, so we are trying to tell him that, okay, boss, this is the thing. Okay, we chosen this. This is in a record lock state. So once he submits, he cannot modify the record. And let me add a new field update. So the moment when we say it is went for a submit, so I would just quickly do the field update for the account status. So star on status and specific value would be in progress. So the right now is just submitted. So when I submitted state, I just wanted to keep very clear, as simple as in progress. Um, in progress field update. So, so we've added two actions here. So the moment when you try to submit, at an initial submission also, you can assign a task to the respective user. Because for a CEO, you can assign a task saying that, hey, this is something that is pending with you. We can automatically decide in the task. Approval for start. So trigger date plus 0 days and just firing on the day only, saying that whether this guy started or we don't know. So why we say send a task is, so we sent an email, so the notification has went, but whether we know not this guy has been worked on or not. So an approval process would have already submitted. Still wanted to notify or track the activity for your this task has been. People see only they say that because I tend to forget, but you want a task to be added.
This is I already texted you.
Task has been created to him. Because you're doing, I mean, you're getting that what we are doing it. So at the initial stage only, for the guy who's submitting it, for him I sent an email. For the CEO who's respective who's gonna approve it, I send a task to him. And a field update also going to the account object called as in progress. And here I would try to edit this also. Approval assignments, what is entry criteria? Okay, this is an approval page load. What are the fields that you required here? So okay, we'll come to this later stage. No problem. Next, automated approval determined by who? That is one they are saying. So they don't require this also. Because if you see a standard approval process would be this way. You have to give the process name and you have to say next. So you have to specify the entry criteria and you have to say next. Whereas in Jumpstart in one single page only we had all of this. So you have to give the next approval, you have to say that. Approval assignment template, this is what I was looking for. So I want to say that for initial submit, I should have named this as approval assignment template. I should have put this as, no problem. Yes, it will confuse a lot. It's not approval initial submit, it is approval restaurant approval assignment. Restaurant has been approved. This is all fine. So here approval assignment for submit. Okay, save. So we have chosen right template here for a CO to be get no approved for. So we got there initial submit here we have done to the guy who is going for approval. He also would fire an email for approval assignment. Next is approval steps. We have only one, so we don't want to get into multiple people's. So final approval actions we'll get into. Let's say this guy is trying to submit it. So I would just quickly go add a task to him. So not task. I would just add a was that approved. Simply just put as approved. What template that will follow? Restaurant approved. Who is the recipient has to receive? Sales rep, the user who are you targeting for, or the people who are trying to send a user to you. So for him, you're trying to target this. Or you can say related user. Who was the one who last modified? You can try to send him to him also. Or the account owner who created this record. So multiple options you have. Account owner is the one who created the account. So basically the restaurant who created it, sales rep has created it. I'm just giving again sending him back to him saying that boss this particular record has been approved. So I have to send back to him.
Hello? Yes, no.
Okay, so I'm gonna save this. And I want to simple do a field update here saying
Okay,
that
okay. మీరు జస్ట్ H1ది చూస్తున్నాం మన ఎంప్లాయీస్ ని ఎవరు అంటే చెక్ చేస్తున్నాం మల్టిపుల్ వేద్దామని సార్ ఇంకా సో
what I'm gonna do here, field update here, I'm gonna say status I'm gonna mark it as approved. So by this way, for final approval steps, you have sent an email, would send an email saying approved email, and the record update also you would do status as saying that approved. Same way for rejections, you are adding it. So you would send an alert saying that rejected. So to whom again you're gonna send this? I'm gonna send to the account owner, who is the guy who created this record. So someone. Because any questions we're doing, I mean, we have submitters, we have approvers, we have actions. Any questions you have? So, Jamshid, Dushira, do you have any questions?
No, Kant, I don't
No.
have it.
Okay. So now this is all ready. So I think we are good to go. Initial submission is ready, and then when it approves, what happens? What happens when it rejected? What happens? So we don't deal with anything now as of recall. Again, you have to have some templates to do the same activity. When they revoke it, you are again in reinitiating saying that again back to field update to in progress. Again, you're sending an email saying that hey, you've been revoked successfully. So that is what we are going to send there. I think as of now, they're not much needed thing. So let me just quickly activate this. So the process is ready. So now all we have to go back to as a rep user. I want to create a new account. So in this account, what I'm going to say it is, oh, this guy doesn't have an option to create a restaurant. Hmm. Mhm. So what to do? This guy doesn't have an access to give a restaurant. What to do? This is a use case. Sales rep doesn't have an access to the restaurant page layout. How do you do it now? Is it getting?
I'm trying to think.
Mhm.
Sales doesn't have access to.
Restaurant page. Yeah.
Are you creating a new
So
role?
no. I'm a restaurant. I'm a sales rep. So well, just creating the account page. So I could see only two of this.
Yeah.
So I have to give some access to the restaurant page that is not appearing here. So what I'll do so that my restaurant page would come here.
You just have to add that layout. Hmm? Am I right? I'm not
Good.
thinking. You need to
It's already requirement page layouts all are there. In account admin, you can see where you can see three layouts are coming. But where we missed, not missed, we have purposely we have did it. Um,
for sales rep, we don't have a restaurant.
yeah, restaurant access. So either we have to move away to a new profile and then create something as a sales account manager or something like that. You can do.
Permission set?
Yeah, permission set. We will have to give additional access to the respective user.
Right.
For example, this is a sales rep, but
Yeah.
he is a senior among all of them, we think. And then only for this particular user, if you want to give additional access, yes, of course, you can give a restaurant. So is that the
Permission.
permission set you can give it.
Right.
Now, the sales rep, no one has to create this at all. If you think, then you have to move all the way to the new profile. So for me, I'm okay with this. At least one senior sales rep can create it. Can create it. So I assume this guy is a senior sales rep. But the permission set which I'm going to create would not be for all the guys which I'm assigning it to. Only for this particular user I'm assigning it to.
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
We have to
So
create new profile or role.
You have to send permissions.
Okay.
Right?
See,
Am I?
yeah, true. So what I'm trying to do is, if I assume, like, so we all are team. So all of this team, let's say Tushira is the senior, you think. Now Tushira has to have access to this application where she has to. I mean, I'm giving access such that she can create a restaurant account layout also. I mean, other reps can create business record, individual records, whatever they can play with. But only Tushara can create.
I can create new record. Yeah, okay, I understood.
Only she can create a restaurant record. I'm saying. So where I'm giving an access to that particular page layout to her and record
Mhm.
type access to her. In that case, it is possible. Yes, only she. Though all are sharing the same profile, but only she has an access. In that case, this is absolutely says about the permission set.
Okay, Kant, I need to be back. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I get it, Kant. I got it.
Perfect. So now is of course we can have a new profile. If we say that 100% no sales rep will have an access to this layout at all, then of course you have to go to a new profile and then name them as different. So maybe they are advanced users, not the reps. There will be regional manager or branch managers or restaurant managers, and they are trying to do an invention there. Of course, it's okay. Their manager profile. But I'm saying that hey, rep also can do this activity. But I feel that some senior can do this. Okay, that way you keeping an
Second,
existing
yeah.
profile. Yeah, keeping an existing profile. How do we make such thing? Is just we have to give an additional access.
So that
Yeah,
is the only way to like giving the permissions to this
yeah,
user,
yeah,
right?
that is the only way given to respective user. It's not for the bunch of
Okay.
user. It's
Only
just
the
I'm
sales
saying
side.
only
Okay.
I'm saying selective here. I'm very selective here. Only to for respective user I will choose it. If some one of our business case says that 100% our sales rep should not create a restaurant. If I say there's no option, please create a profile.
Oh.
Because you're saying no one has to access, then what should I do with? Okay, get to a new profile.
Hmm.
Okay, so that way, so somehow I wanted to give an additional access to that particular person. I'm just going to a permission set here. I'm going to create a new permission set. See, if you don't know the license which you're dealing with, you can leave this as empty. So automatically they will take care of it. If you specifically give this license and you create so such license you cannot have no assign it to some other user. You getting
Yeah, yeah.
the permission set the user license and the user who created he will also have some license. While we creating a user, there is a user role. Next to that is a license, and next to that you choose a profile. So based on the license only, we choose a profile to respective users. So every time it should match that. So if you don't know about who is this, what is doing, just leave none. So here what I'm gonna do is I would just say additional access to sales rep. Opening up the restaurant layout. So I have to mention whatever I'm opening up the changes. So that will be easy for to track. Can you save? Let's just go to object settings, see accounts, record type assignments. Did you see this? So this is one we are trying to focus now. So we know already this two particular thing has been already has an access, so we don't care about it. Additionally, I'm gonna give restaurant access to him. He's getting additionally the account restaurant access. I'm just giving it. Otherwise, I don't care about anything. One simple layout is giving access is more than enough. Okay. I'm gonna click on save. So this is something called as manage assignments. We have. I'm gonna click on manage assignments, add assignments. To whom you wanted to add this? I want to add this to only to this sales rep user. There are a bunch of users we have, but I'm choosing only sales rep. Sales rep, and since this could be ABC, say some name, let's say John or someone. That guy is a sales rep guy. You think? Getting? There may be a bunch of sales rep guys, but this is one specific user I'm choosing. I'm assigning to them. So permission set is added successfully to this particular name. Who is a user? Rep attempts to user.
Okay.
So done. So now we have to quickly check whether this now user should be having access. Let's quickly check. Oh god, we got it here this time. So what we did, we have just went on given additional access to the respective this user by doing a permission set. How? Um, just by creating a permission set, going to account and enabling the record type, and then after saving that permission set, we have assigned to the respective user. So that's how when we again came back to this guy, we see this. Any question, guys?
No.
So MCD. So this is just trying to open in Jubilee. I don't know Jubilee spelling now. But this is Jubilee Hills. So this account is you can make it as active yes or no based on the approvals. Either it is approved, you can make it as active or whatever you change it. Okay, now parent account is not yet decided. I think who is the parent account, what is doing, all not decided. So let's get this way. Hmm, So a manager can approve it. So while he's approving, he can structure modify to the respective area, and then he can do an approve. He can do it. So while he's saying it's or not, and account number. These are nothing he created. Just he created the account name or the restaurant name. So customer priority is high. Many people are wishing here. They wanted to open here. Then that notification's already got it. So this guy is submitting for the new restaurant at Jubilee Hills because you see the crowd there and how people are accessing it. And you can see that Hyderabad Jubilee Hills as the address. So let's save. Guys, do you see this approval history which I added that time? It has come to your low list. So no problem. So we just go here, submit for approval. You see this? He created an account and he has to submit for approval. So as a rep, I'm just submitting for the approval. I'm saying that ICO, I see there is a potential business in the restaurant location. Please check through and approve. He's just giving a submit note. So what he has figured out. You see this quickly an approval has been sent for the CEO approval for restaurant. So a task has been automatically assigned to him. So this we everyone knows that hey, with the moment when you submit for restaurant, so a task is automatically created to him. So now we're just getting into his. So this is the CEO login he has done, and he has logged in. I think he got an email saying that sales rep is requesting for approval of this account. Account name is MCD Hyderabad Jubilees. Account owner is sales rep. Okay, this is a few seconds back we got a thing, and a task is also been assigned to us. Let's see which record he has created. Quickly clicking on that will take to the respective record. So this came for an approval. So it says approval request is pending and it's pending with me. This guy is the one who submitted the record and is the account owner. The name of this is Hyderabad Jubilees. Approval status is pending. I want to, okay. So let me check the emails which we've received. So now look at this emails which is received. Approval for restaurant. Oh, this is a task which has been created. New task which is created. They are notifying to the users. So dear salesman is the first name I've just taken. So it could be John or something else. This is received for the user who submitted. Who? Restaurant has been submitted for approval. So this particular Jubilees you are looking for. And dear sales guy, your request is for this Hyderabad Jubilees has been submitted for approval. So this is they are saying for to this user, he has submitted, he is receiving an email. So that email is this. Next, the CEO is receiving an email. So this is for CEO. Hey, to dear CEO headquarters, please approve the request for the Jubilees. Based on the survey, we process this location. Would give us a good revenue. So now the CEO has got this email thing. Because both, hey guys, I'm audible. Now what
Yeah,
happened?
yeah,
So internet got broken. So is my still my screen share?
No.
Recording in process. Okay, this is an email which I received as by being a CEO that I have to approve for um, this restaurant. So that's email notification. Just simply I got it, but otherwise I just got from the notification only saying this is the guy who is requesting for an approval. So now it is all with me to approve, reject, or reassign to someone. It's all with me. You see this sales submitter who submitted the comments. Hi CEO, I see the potential business revenue, and please check through this and approve the same. The notification that which he has given a comment has been applied here. Now again, so when he says before an approve, he just want to see the record. So looking at the record is just checking. So what are the details we have? So customer says, "I restaurant." This says restaurant status is in progress. Automatically, system has been put into the in progress state because an approval process for the very beginning in a submit state it will be in progress. So he says customer priority is high, and the address is this, and he will again if you check this any documents he has been uploaded for this particular record. So why he's saying that hey, this is a potential area where to do business. So he would give me some notification of document saying that this is XYZ, a simple review I've done. So based on that, I'm sending for the recording. Yeah. See, in the related list only you can see it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 fields you're having. Step name, who is your manager, what is the status is currently into, and assigned to whom. Submitted by the rep, who is basically a user. Now it's pending with whom? It's pending with the CEO. That way you think. Anyway, so he has into the same record which is open. Either you can go to the record and you can approve or reject from here, or you can approve or reject from the the notification which you've got fired. So he's going to click on approve, saying that this looks pretty good research. I would like to open a restaurant and approve the same. Just giving some comments and then he's just closing up this. So the moment he gives an approve, so this approve record is going for an approval statement. So where the submitter would be receiving the emails. Is it audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, it's taking too long to load. It's a simple record save. It stated that the record is approved. So the approver comments is given. Looks pretty good research. I would like to open restaurant here. So the record is approved. And if you see refresh this record also, you'll see it has been approved here from printing to approved. And this guy also should have received an email saying that from CEO headquarters, he says that the request for the restaurant of the Hyderabad is approved based on the review based on the approved. Please submit the invoices for the same to track the financial charges. So MCDCU has sent it. Why? Because I am the one who submitted the rep. You think as a rep, I've submitted for the opening of this Jubilee Hills. So if you come down the approval history, you can see it is approved by the CEO. And all you have to check is the details. Restaurant status has to move to the approval status. Any question, guys?
No.
No.
The same way, if it is again, this particular record is again is trying to do whether it's trying to create a new record or is creating old record, whatever it is. So for the same record, since it's approved, you cannot look it back again. Maybe new restaurant is trying to create, and then let's reject that, and the same notification you have to get. So this time it says MCD. Customer rating is warm. So he's not about very sure about this, and then customer priorities also he says medium. And based on the requirement document, CEO may not feel with the great with this, then you're gonna reject this. So let's say we submitted for the approval. Next the Banjara Hills also has the height. Please review the document. So now he has been submitted. So it comes for the CO's notification. So Banjara Hills is the one which you have to do it. So let's say he's looking at the record, something went wrong. So he says that boss, let me reject this. This won't help us. I have gone through the documents. Seems need another level of research to open a restaurant in this location. I would recommend to open a small and see this currently rejecting for so he says something and then he rejects it. So it's been rejected. You can go back to the record and see an email. So we got a tons of mail. Then yeah, last one let me check because that looks like the request for these restaurant has been based on the review. It has been rejected. Please check the request record for the clear reasons. So the reasons would have been provided this one. So like he submitted the record notice here. Where is that? So he's given this information based on that why he has rejected it. And he may have been a document also would have attached to the same record. Could be just saying that go open a simple pop top type, a simple EY like trade show. I mean, you can put a open top and then you can do a simple sale and look at for that. And if it works out, then we can come up with the restaurant type there. So this all overall explains about the approve process. We just started with the submit, approve, reject, all we have taken care here. The same way, if you guys think about your applications that which you wanted to build on, so you can have this process implemented. So this is a ready model. If you think now, if any real-time restaurants also is working and they wanted to do an approve or reject, so the same thing happens. So I'm acting like a two people's here. So one guy who's submitting here and one guy is approving or rejecting here. So both the ways the email notification all is sending. So this is in a full flow. We can see working assignments.
Okay.
So guys, did you get it? No, I think you need to get for surely you have to get the use case pad ready with so that we can recommend what you have to build with. So you're,